welcome to the Heatwave. It's been 2 years since we've done a podcast. That's how
It's
you know this one's going to
it's
be
been
good.
a long time. And last time we were here, we were talking about us going to the finals. We were up 3-1, and now era's over.
This is a, this year has been such a shit show. I think 2016-17 was better when we had Dion Waiters as our number one option because at least we didn't have expectations. Going
Right.
going into this
Well,
year, oh
the one thing I would say about this year is at least we have young talent compared to in 2016. We had what? Tyler Johnson, Dion Waiters, Hassan Whiteside, all people in their high 20s, low upside. So at least we got something to work with.
yeah, but it's just disappointing because this year we had all these like we're gonna go on another run because Jimmy's gonna be healthy, and we had the best supporting cast we thought of the entire Jimmy era. Like Kel Ware on this team, like 2 years ago, I think we win the championship.
Yeah,
But
it's the
instead,
story of the Heat a
yeah,
year late.
they laid dollars short. But instead, well, I mean, all right. First, we want to talk about the game from last night, or you want to talk about the Jimmy stuff first because they're kind of hand in hand, and you can't
Well,
separate them really.
all right, let's start with the game. Just because we only have to talk about 3 quarters of it because we got flexed in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
So I didn't watch the fourth quarter. But game wise, I would say we got outclassed. We're lucky that the Bucks plane didn't arrive 3 hours earlier, or we would have been in real trouble.
yeah, for real.
Like we would have been down 30 in the first half.
Oh my god, it's
And
just
can we talk about the end of the first half?
yeah. Go ahead,
How
go
how
ahead.
they went on what?
Tee it up.
They scored 6 points in 1.2 seconds. I've never seen more stupid basketball in my life. First of all, why would Hero not hold for the last shot of the half? So then they would have 0 points.
Yeah.
So Hero jacks up a bad shot,
hmm
and then who was Duncan fouled Lillard on the
Yeah,
three, right?
Duncan hit sticks fucking Dame Lillard for no reason, gives him three free throws, and then Kel Ware
It gets
decides,
better.
oh my god, go you keep telling this story. Go ahead. What happens
So
after that?
then Khalil Ware looks like Tua this year, throwing it to nobody, and then they get it back. And of course, Dame just putting a knife in our heart every time he versus us, saying, "You guys should have got me." So it's just par for the course this season. More heartbreak.
Yeah, I think the perfect encapsulation was it was Dame who we should have had fucking splashing a three in Rozier's face, who has been probably the worst trade we've ever traded for. I don't
Yeah,
know if there's a worse trade in Heat history, honestly, than Rozier. Obviously, there's this is the
I mean,
the worst.
we've done a few stupid trades, but expectation wise, I feel like Rozier has been the biggest letdown because early on when we got him last season, he averaged 19, 5, and 5 with us.
Yeah.
And then he hurt his neck and he forgot how to play basketball.
Oh
Like
my
this
god.
neck injury is going to go down in history. Like, what did he do to his neck in a hotel?
I, yeah.
The pillows were not that uncomfortable.
Yeah. It could not have been the damn my pillow in the fucking hotel room.
And Rozier's got a lot of allegations this year, but we won't go there.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. But I like Rozier was averaging 23 on Charlotte, and then he comes on the Heat, plays 8 good games, hurts his fucking neck, and then this year I've never seen. It's like because when you watch Rozier play, you could tell he's got skills. Like the way he handles the ball, like his jumper looks nice, like he's quick, but for some reason he can't make a goddamn basket.
He is the definition of $1 million move, 10-cent finish.
Literally,
He could get to the rim at will, but what is getting to the rim if your layup percentage is below 50%?
that's
And I'm not
disgusting.
even exaggerating. That's the crazy part. Like the man can't make a layup.
No, he can't make a
So
layup.
Rozier's
He
been
can't
like,
make a 3 pointer. I mean, I've seen games where he's got a wide open three and does a step back into a defender to break a three.
yeah, that's his go-to.
Oh my God. And then, it's just such a waste of a Tyler year, and nobody's talking about the Bam regression. I mean, he hasn't scored 20 points, and I don't know how long. When was the last time he scored 20?
Let's look it up. I mean, it's been at least 5 games. I remember he had a low stretch here a few weeks ago where he had back-to-back good games, and we were starting to think, hey, maybe the Bam's back. But then the regression came back,
Yeah,
and I don't think it's going anywhere. I mean, we're over halfway through the season, and he's averaging his lowest points since his rookie season.
Yeah.
He's averaging his lowest field goal percentage. I mean, his mid-range touch went away. The three-point shot,
sucks.
non-existent.
Yeah.
Stop shooting now. He's got no post game. And to be honest, he gets worn down pretty easily. Like it's been 40 games and he's already seems like he can't give 100%.
Yeah, it seems like he's already out of gas. But it's like we're not even at the All-Star break yet.
And then we all thought put Khalil Ware in the starting lineup, it will take the pressure off of Bam. He won't have to guard the big man. And we can unlock him in offense and we can have him roaming on defense. Newsflash, that shit ain't working.
No, it ain't working.
Yeah. So I think Bam just needs to take a real look in the mirror and he needs to think, like, if I'm going to be the captain of this team, not only do I need to lead by my voice, but I need to lead by example. Like, and maybe he just doesn't have the skills to be a perennial 23-point per game player. But at least give me the 19 to 20 you've been giving us for 3 years.
Yeah. And
right?
Give me the effort. And get some goddamn rebounds. But he needs to put glue on his hands because I think Bam has always had problems hanging onto the ball and turnover issues and just like not coming down with rebounds. But this year, I swear to God, is like the worst I've ever seen him as far as not being able to hold on to the basketball. Whether he's dribbling it or passing it or trying to get a rebound or doing whatever the hell he's doing with the basketball. It's just like he's got no hands.
I never really noticed that his hands were this bad. Like it really seems like it's been a regression from the years past because this year it just seems like he's way more uncoordinated.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, did he like start smoking weed or something?
Yeah, I
like
don't know what happened.
Like he just seems like he's not as smart.
No. It's just bad basketball. And then the fucking massive mammoth, not even an elephant, a mammoth in the room. You got the Jimmy Butler contract extension situation.
It's really sad that it took us about 10 minutes to even get to this. But go ahead, AJ. You start that off.
All right. Well, everybody knows this is all Tobin's fault because I love Tobin, but Jesus Christ, he asked a question that it's like the shot heard around the world because he asked the question to Pat. Pat tells Jimmy to shut his mouth, and then from then we've been on a fucking airplane crash ride, and now we're finally hitting the ground of that crash.
Right.
And the whole plane just exploded because Jimmy wants out. We didn't give him the extension. I mean, I understand both sides of the extension debate. Personally, I would have paid him for all he's done, and it was only 1 year. I mean, I know you talked about
it was just one extra year. Well, it started with.
Yeah, it was only one extra season. I would have paid him it, whatever. And then we don't pay him, and the season seems to be going fine. I mean, I remember, I don't know if you saw, I sent you the video of Tyler and Jimmy, and I think it was in December, when he was like, oh, so who's 1A and who's 1B, and they're all dapping each other up, and everybody's having a great fucking time. And then a month later, he's sitting out.
It went to shit.
Yeah. Right.
But so here's my thing. The last game Butler played like himself, he had 38, 15, and 10.
I think he had 19 and 10.
19 rebounds. And then the next game against Oklahoma City, we all saw him twist his ankle.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he was sick. And then that was the last we saw of an engaged Jimmy Butler. I just don't understand what made it get to this. Like, part of me really believes that Butler went up to Pat Riley and tried to rerun the negotiations, and they told him they're not going to pay him again. That's the only thing I can really think of. Or Phoenix promised him the extension, so Butler's like, well, crap. Miami's not going to give it to me. I've already missed 7 games. I'm not going to be able to play a full season. So let me force my way to Phoenix, the only team that's willing to give me a max.
Yeah, and it's kind of disappointing that it had to end this way because, like, literally, I mean, the last time we had a goddamn podcast episode, if you look at us and you would have told us that Jimmy is going to demand a trade to Phoenix, who was also a playing team, and they had Devin Booker, and they had KD, and they had Bradley Beal, and and Jimmy wanted to trade to Phoenix, I would have told you were smoking some good shit. Because
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, all the interviews back then, all we hear is this is going to be the final jersey I
yeah,
wear. I love Miami. It's my forever home.
mm-hmm.
But we all know shit changes.
Yeah,
Money changes people too.
and I'm like, I get both sides, but like, look, it's not like he's getting paid fucking peanuts on the dollar. He's not getting paid $10 million. He's getting paid 50.
No, he's getting paid $500,000 every game,
That's in
which is
half a
crazy.
million.
NBA money is ridiculous.
The only thing worse than NBA money is MLB money because those motherfuckers be getting a
There's no
billion
cap
contracts.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I will say, I do understand because Butler's going through some baby mama drama,
Yeah.
and the amount he pays a month for that is ridiculous too. So I can see why he wants some extra money.
Yeah, I put it in the bank account. You got that alimony bullshit or whatever.
$10,000 for a nanny every month.
Bro, who the fuck you hiring? Mary Poppins? I mean, ain't no nanny that good to work. Be $10 grand to fucking
A month?
That's nuts.
But
I don't know.
we won't get into that.
High nutritious meals for that kid or some shit, but
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, no, but it's just sad because, and I will say this though, I think Bradley Beal is single-handedly going to torpedo this whole thing. The odds right now for me, even after the second suspension, I still don't think we're going to trade him because of Bradley Beal. We don't want Beal. The end. And I think Pat would rather ride this out for the rest of the season than take on Bradley Beal. Because if we were so obsessed with the cap in 2026, we're not going to take Bradley Beal's contract because it's basically what we're paying Butler. Like what we would have been paying him in the extension. And it's for a player we don't want.
If we were willing to trade for Bradley Beal, we would be willing to extend Jimmy Butler.
Exactly.
We want nothing to do with Bradley Beal. The thing that's holding this deal up is finding someone that wants Bradley Beal and finding someone that Bradley Beal wants to go to because he's got the no trade clause.
Yeah.
So I don't see a deal happening for Bradley Beal. I think Butler, if he's traded, it's going to be somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. But he don't want to go nowhere else. He don't want to go to Memphis.
Well, there's a new report out that says he will go everywhere but Memphis.
Come on, he don't want.
That's yeah.
I honestly, I don't know if he. Deep down in my heart, I don't think he really wants to leave. I think he wants his money, and he's frustrated that we ain't paying him.
He's prideful.
Yeah.
He got some feelings hurt.
Yeah.
Pat Riley told him to shut his mouth.
Yeah, thanks, Tobin. But
that's a whole nother thing. Like nowadays, tell me a GM or a president of a team that criticizes their player like that just in front of the media. I feel like we're the only team that does that.
Yeah, and not only that, name me a time where a player got publicly criticized like that and it motivated him to be better.
Yeah, this ain't 2K.
Yeah, this is
isn't no automated response.
Yeah.
And it's Jimmy Butler.
Yeah,
let's test that. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's test that. Oh, he's changed. He's 35. Newsflash, he was 28. It's not much of a difference. No. He was 28 when he was in Minnesota.
Yeah.
You're really done. Well, you're never done maturing, But 28 to 35, people act like he went from 25 to 50, like, oh, he's a changed man.
Yeah, no.
No,
Uh,
we all know Jimmy could be an asshole,
yeah.
but he was our asshole.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. So,
Yeah, man.
you
It's
know,
just
it's going to be a real sad day when we trade him, but I'm ready for this to be over with.
yeah.
Like, it's just getting worse.
I was just thinking about it the other day, and I tweeted about it, and I'm like, look, get him off my team already. I can't, because the longer he stays on this roster, the more my delusion will activate and be like, well, if he's here after the trade deadline, then you never know. We could, you know.
Yeah, I literally said in our group chat, I'm like, well, if we just keep him past the trade deadline, what incentive does he have to act out? Like, you're not going to get paid a max if you take it for us the rest of the season.
No, yeah.
But at this point, Jimmy he might just tank the season.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But I think he's in a lose-lose situation with that because either he plays hard. Like, this is my frustration with Jimmy right now, though. Because here's the thing. If you want that fucking extension, take us on another run. I know we went on 2 runs, but you've been compensated for those runs already. You're getting paid $50 million. If you want 60, take us on another one. And we got.
You know what I think it is?
Go ahead.
Every relationship is about trust.
Mm-hmm.
I think the trust has been broken between them. He doesn't believe no matter what he does, we'll hold up our end of the bargain and give him a max.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he wants to go to the team that he's literally got a verbal agreement to get his money. Because he knows he's not going to play 70 games in a season. His body breaks down.
Mm-hmm.
He's got paper ankles now.
Yeah.
His knees jacked up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 35 years old. Like, let's not act like Kevin Durant plays 70 games a year. Paul George,
Kawhi
Steph
Leonard.
Curry, Kawhi Leonard. All these people are in his age group, and Heat fans just expect him to be able to play 70 games when no other 35-year-old star is held to that standard. Maybe LeBron James, but last year was his first year really playing over 70 games with the Lakers.
Yeah.
And Anthony Davis, and he's young.
Yeah.
Well, he's 30.
Mm-hmm. And I think Jimmy, like, I personally wasn't in that group of people because I'm like, I don't give a shit as long as he averages 28 and 5 during the regular season. Just get us to the playoffs. Have Tyler and Bam carry us until we get to the playoffs, and then
and that's another thing. Why do people act like Butler just tanks every regular season? I mean, his numbers last year, he averaged, 20.4 points a game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. The year before that, he averaged 23, 5 and 5.
Yeah.
The year before that, he averaged 21, 7 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not a terrible regular season player. He just turns it up a notch in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's just, I think people are not used to seeing that, like, where you have that extra gear that you get to the playoffs. Like, most people, like, when you see a superstar, they play the same level the whole year, but they don't have that extra notch. Like, if you're Ant-Man, you're averaging 28 in the playoffs, and you're averaging, like, 26 in the regular season. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know his stats this year, but that's kind of like, you don't get that huge spike like you normally do with Jimmy. And it's just, yeah, he's just unique like that.
Well, even his advanced numbers every regular season have him in the top 5, like, as a player, as a whole.
Yeah. And when you're Jimmy and you're on the Heat, and you got 2 other players averaging 20 normally, not Bam this year decided to say, fuck that. But when you have 2 other players that are averaging 20 on your team, you don't need to average 30 because you got the other 2 guys that can carry you during the regular season. And we know,
which is so frustrating.
Yeah.
About all of this. Hero finally broke out and is having an all-star season, and now everything wants to go to shit, including Bam.
Uh-huh.
So it's just time is everything in this league. And Hero, I still would be in favor of doing that Damian Lillard trade just because it matched the timeline more.
Yeah.
But at this point, just build around Hero.
Yeah, I mean, Hero and Ware could be a deadly pair. That could be like a Murray and Jokic thing going forward, honestly, because I'm not saying Ware's going to be better than Jokic because we don't know that. But
Slow down.
yeah, But you know what I mean? Like, it could be that dynamic
I see.
duo.
I see what you're saying. It's just totally different play types.
Hmm.
But dominance wise, I mean, you got a 7 footer and you got a scoring guard. I mean, I could see it working. But let's talk about who we want to get in a trade for Jimmy Butler.
Yeah. That's
Because
another.
what's been reported is what we're going to end up getting Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis, and a pick. How do you feel about that if that
Um.
were to go down?
Well, talk about dollar store Jimmy for Middleton. Uh, his ankles are worse than Jimmy's, and so is his knees. So it's like,
He just had double ankle surgery.
and he's on the. Don't he have a 3-year deal left?
I think he has a 2 year deal.
Okay.
I think he will be free. And so our whole plan is to have cap space for 2026. So that trade would give us some depth and it would leave our books open for 2026. So I think that's Miami's mindset if they do that trade for sure.
Yeah, but the problem, who the fuck is going to take Beal? Because you have to move Beal in that deal. You can't, and we're
Yeah,
not going to take less than.
I'm seeing like Chicago somehow gets Beal and then Levine goes to the Bucks. It's like a 4 team trade. Now, why would the Bulls want Bradley Beal? I don't know. Maybe because Billy Donovan coached him in college.
Is that good enough though? Because Beal is averaging what 18 on terrible splits.
I think they'd get a pick too for taking the contract.
They'd have to get a pick. But what
They
if Beal
better.
says no?
Yeah, I don't know. I
Because
mean, he holds all the cards, like he said.
that's right, and he said he only wanted to go to Denver, L.A. or Miami, and that was it.
Yeah, I didn't hear Chicago.
No, and then I heard, oh, he's maybe interested in playing for the Bucks, and then the Bucks said we don't fucking want Bradley Beal. Which
Nobody wants Bradley Beal.
no, thank the
Why
Washington
would the
Wizards.
Bucks go for Bradley Beal? Like, what good does that do? Damian Lillard and Bradley Beal in the backcourt? Who you stopping?
Nobody. You got
Another thing is,
Marshmallow.
I don't want Chris Middleton and Bobby Portis. I think that trade is dog shit.
Yes. I'd
Yeah,
rather get a disengaged Jimmy than Bobby Porter's and Chris Middleton.
yeah. I don't want crazy eyes, Bobby,
Oh my
and I
god.
don't want Dollar Tree Butler. And no Pat Riley, he'd let Chris Middleton wear number 22.
That would be the ultimate disrespect.
I'd be so pissed.
Yeah.
Like, as upset as I could be as Jimmy Butler, if we let Chris Middleton or anyone wear number 22, while we got Michael Jordan's
Yeah.
number in the rafters, if we give away Jimmy Butler's number,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what I would do.
I'd
That
be
would just
pissed.
be crazy.
Be the,
And people are saying they don't think we're going to retire his jersey anymore.
what?
Yeah, like in my Discord I'm in with Ethan Skolnick,
Yeah.
they're all saying, I think Ethan said he doesn't think they're going to retire it anymore.
Okay, let's be honest. I mean, I wasn't old enough for the whole Shaq thing, but when he left, it was some contentious shit too, wasn't it?
Yes, yes.
Exactly. And didn't we?
Shaq literally, yeah, he cussed out Chris Quinn on the way out. That was when Chris Quinn was his teammate.
Yeah.
Like he was a bad locker room cancer. The only thing is we're in the social media era, so everything comes out.
That's right.
Like I was saying, Vince Carter didn't dunk his last year in Toronto until he got traded. He got traded to New Jersey. His first game on the Nets, he's doing windmills again and everything. And his points went up by like 8 points. He was averaging like 16 with Toronto, and he was averaging like 26 with the Nets.
That's crazy.
Like this stuff happens more than being like portrayed.
Yeah.
Just because Butler's Butler and people like to hate on him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the idea that we don't retire his number. When you got like Phoenix retired Charles Barkley's number and he made one finals appearance.
Right.
I mean,
Butler's doubled that.
He won an MVP in the Jordan era, which is kind of crazy. That I mean, people shit on Barkley, but he was a damn good basketball player. But
He was, but we know Jordan should have won MVP every year he was in the league.
Yeah.
Kind of like LeBron's prime.
Yeah. Or Wade.
MVP's not really who's the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got a point there. But the point I'm making, though, is that he only played for Phoenix for 4 years, had one finals appearance, and yet they retired his jersey and gave him a fucking statue in Phoenix. And yet Miami, he went to 3 conference finals, won 2 of them, made it to 2 NBA finals. One of them was in his first season with us in the bubble when everything was messed up.
Great times.
Yeah. And we still, I swear, if Goran and Bam didn't get hurt that finals, we would have won that series, man.
Yeah. There's a lot of what ifs.
Yeah.
What if he made that 3 game 7
Then I think
against
we
Boston? Well, for sure. I think that was our best shot. I don't think we had a chance against Denver. But Golden State, I for sure think we would have beat them.
Mm-hmm.
We should have beat Boston.
Yeah, we should have.
I guess if we forget about that series, like Butler hurt his knee in game 3. Remember he had to leave and didn't play the rest of the game?
Yeah.
And then like game 4 and 5, he averaged like 8 points, shooting like 30%.
Yeah.
And then game 6 happened.
Yeah.
And then game 7 happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 47, 9 and 8. I remember those stats like it was yesterday.
Yeah, I know. It's just this whole saga, man. It's just, but I'm so delusional with this team that, and it's like I've seen it before. I've seen Jimmy, and like that year that we made it to the finals and we were the 8 seed, and like we watched that whole regular season. That was the worst basketball year I've ever seen. Regular season.
Yeah.
We were terrible. Every fucking game, we'd blow a lead, and we were in a 1-score game at the very end, and we lost a bunch of stupid games we shouldn't have lost that year, and like
it was a shit show.
Yeah, but yet somehow we made the playoffs, and then we beat Milwaukee, which
we barely made the playoffs. Remember, we lost to Atlanta, and then we were losing in the 4th quarter with 6 minutes left against the Bulls, and then Strus saved us.
We never should have let Strus walk.
No. We should have found a way to get rid of Duncan, keep Strus, and keep everybody happy.
Yeah. But I still am delusional, though, because I still feel like somehow, if Jimmy's on this team, somehow after February 6th...
AJ.
Hey, let me get it out. The delusion,
it's over, brother.
No, the delusion's going to come out for a second.
The era is over. The quicker you accept that, the quicker you'll get over it.
It's so hard to get over. We were this fucking close multiple times.
Yep. We ran out of bullets.
Yeah, and then Pat didn't want to reload.
Yeah. And my thing is, if you knew you weren't going to pay Jimmy, then you should have traded him in the offseason. Like, honestly. Because now we're going to get pennies on the dollar. Yeah. If you trade him in the offseason, I feel like we could have got at least 3 first-round picks for him, a young player. Now we're just going to get salary fillers and some trash behind first-round pick, like 2027, top 28 protected.
Top 28 protected? Jesus
yeah. Christ. We can only get it if the team wins a championship.
Yeah, literally. Or makes the conference finals or some shit.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else you want to touch on that we missed? Because I think we can wrap it up unless you got something else. Did anything else come out today about the news other than the Memphis shit? Or
yeah, then all that came out today was how he's willing to play for anybody but Memphis now. And Miami, of course. So if that's the case, trade him to Memphis and let's see what he does. He's their problem. They're interested in him.
Yeah, they want him. You know, y'all fucking deal with him. Have him decline the player option and then hit the free. That's the problem with this, though. If he hits free agency, he ain't getting paid $60 million. Period. No team.
No, he's gonna get the DeMar DeRozan contract.
Yeah. What
3 years, $72 million. Yeah. Nah. That's tripping. 3 years, 99.
Yeah, 30 something mil a year.
33.
Well,
unless he goes to Phoenix.
He ain't going to Phoenix unless he signs with them. If you want to go to Phoenix, go ahead. Go in off season. You ain't getting paid $60 million.
Or you could just go ahead and give us KD. Little swap.
Yeah, they ain't gonna trade KD. If they trade KD for Butler, that'd be like to completely defeat the purpose.
Phoenix, how bad do you want him?
Yeah, if you want, I don't think they want him that bad. I really think they got money to blow, and they're like, we don't like Beal, so here we'll trade Beal out for Butler, and then we'll make a finals run. But because they ain't doing shit.
Newsflash: you got to make the playoffs to make the finals.
Yeah, and what are they below 500 or 500 right now?
They're 21-20 last time I checked. The 10 seed.
They're barely a
Yeah,
fucking playing team.
they're the same record as the Heat.
Yeah, so that's how you know shit is all about money with Jimmy. Go from a one playing team to another playing team, and have fun with that. And
Get paid?
yeah, but then you got to live in the desert. Who the fuck wants to live in Phoenix, Arizona?
I'd rather live in Memphis than Phoenix.
I don't know. You might get shot in Memphis, but you might die of a heat stroke in Phoenix. So either way, you're fucked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my chances in Memphis.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that'll wrap it up. You got any final remarks,
Yeah,
Matt?
just for future references. Yeah, we're gonna be more organized later on. Today was more of a rant style video, just
Yeah.
because we haven't been on in about 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So in the future episodes, we'll have a game plan. It won't be just off the dome like today was.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that'll do it. I'll see you guys on the next
All right.
one.
See?